Right. Topic continuation. Just now we have discussed uh, out brain devices. The topic completed. Then topic continuation. Pollen pistil interaction. Pollen pistil interaction. What is pollen? Pollen means pollen grain. Pistil means female character. What is the association between pollen and pistil? That's very important. Roughly go through one's diagrammatic representation. Ovary, style, stigma, embryo sac. It is embryo sac, egg, synergids or synergids, helper cells, right? The combination of egg and two synergids called egg apparatus. Polar nuclei, antipodal cells. Total setup is called embryo sac. Also called female gametophyte. Embryo sac, otherwise known as female gametophyte, technical term. Integuments, also called outer covering layers, right? Pollen grain, pollen tube germination, male gametes, germinating pollen, pollen tube, very simple concept. Female character called pistil. Okay, a group of pistil called gynoecium. Broadly it has three parts: ovary, style and stigma, right? Ovary consists of one to many ovules. In previous class I told what is ovule, means megasporangium. What is the structure of ovule? What are the parts in ovule? That whole topic was completed, right? Each ovule consists of an embryo sac. Embryo sac also called female gametophyte. That is technical term. Embryo sac consists of 7 cells and 8 nuclei. What are 7 cells? 3 antipodal cells, 1 central cell, 1 egg cell and 2 synergids. Altogether 7 cells and 8 nuclei. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 nuclei. Hence embryo sac consists of 7 cells and 8 nuclei. That is important for objective exam. Remember, don't forget. Embryo sac on the outer side enveloped with Integument means outer covering layers. Integuments number vary from species to species. 1 to many, right? In some plant species, integuments may be absent. That is called ategmic. 1 integument means unitegmic. 2 bitegmic. 3 tritegmic. More than 3 polytegmic. Polytegmic. Clear? Ovary continue as long, narrow, slender tube called style. Style ends with stigma. Style ends with stigma. Stigma is landing platform for pollen grain. Through air current or water current or any other biotic agent or abiotic agents, pollen come and settle on the stigma. Stigma cells release some chemicals and sugars. Pollen grain absorb chemicals and sugars, germinate to form pollen tube. Hence, pollen tube grow into stigma cells, style cells, ovary cells, and finally pollen tube enter embryo sac through micropylar end. It is micropylar end. Micropyle is natural opening for the entry of pollen tube into embryo sac. Pollen tube carry 2 male gametes. 2 male gametes. In gymnosperms and angiosperms, both male gametes are non-motile due to lack of flagella. Means non-motile. But who carry male gametes towards egg cell means pollen tube. Pollen tube carry male gametes towards egg cell. The process of transfer of pollen grains through pollen tube is called siphonogamous oogamy. Important. Siphonogamous oogamy. Important. Siphon. Siphon means pollen tube. Siphon means pollen tube. Clear? Once I repeat, a process of transfer of pollen, transfer of male gametes through pollen tube is called siphonogamous oogamy. In plant kingdom chapter, you might have learned a word, zygogamous oogamy. Zygogamous oogamy. Zygogamous means a process of transfer of male gametes through stream of water. Through stream of water called zygogamous oogamy. Here siphonogamous oogamy. Clear? Right. So siphonogamous common in both the gymnosperms and angiosperms. Right. Stigma release some chemicals. Chemicals such as inositol, boron, and sugars. Chemical composition also very important for NEET object exam. Some stigma cells release chemicals such as inositol, boron, and sugar. Even boron also essential for growth of pollen tube. Pollen tube germination and growth of the pollen tube. Clear? By taking sugars, these all chemical compounds, pollen grain bulge in size and germinate to form pollen tube. That is called pollen germination. Here stigma able to recognize whether it is compatible pollen or incompatible pollen. Compatible, incompatible, important. Compatible, incompatible. Understood now? Compatible means right pollen. Right pollen. Incompatible means wrong pollen. Compatible type means what? Suppose hibiscus plant flower pick up only hibiscus plant related pollen grains, but not other plants. So hibiscus to hibiscus, that's all. Mango plant to mango plant. Datura to datura. Jasmine to jasmine. Tamarind to tamarind. That is called compatible pollen. Compatible means right pollen. right pollen. Incompatible means wrong pollen. Hibiscus, datura, wrong pollen. Suppose if hibiscus plant flower pollen grain settle on the stigma of datura plant flower, means it won't accept, because in datura plant stigma able to recognize whether it is right pollen or wrong pollen. If it is right pollen, then allow for pollination or fertilization. If it is wrong pollen, simply reject from fertilization. That phenomena is known as compatibility and incompatibility. Compatibility means right pollen grain, means same species, mango to mango, datura to datura, like that. Incompatible, mango to datura, reverse, quite opposite. That is the capacity of stigma. Hence, stigma cells able to recognize whether it is right pollen or wrong pollen. If it is compatible pollen, allow for pollen tube germination. If it is incompatible pollen, simply reject from pollen tube germination. That is the greatness of stigma. That is also called pollen pistil interaction. Pollen means pollen grain. Pistil means stigma. Stigma character. Interaction, association. Right? Understood now? Hence, always the same plant species pollen grain only transfer to stigma and germinate on the stigma, but not other plant species. Clear? That is called pollen pistil interaction. We are expecting questions from this area also. Sometimes based on diagrammatic representation. Sometimes what is compatibility, what is incompatibility, what is Siphonogamous ugami. Sometimes they prepare questions based on chemical composition. Inositol, boron and sugar complex. This chemical composition also important for NEET objective exam, my dear students. Understood now? Right? Next, what is the number of cells and nucleus present in embryo sac? 7 cells and 8 nuclei. Okay, these all are important for NEET objective exam. Next to artificial hybridization. Artificial hybridization. Artificial hybridization. Artificial, the term artificial itself explains its meaning. Means man-made process. Man-made process. Laboratory method. Artificial method. It includes 3 steps: emasculation, bagging and rebagging. 3 steps important: emasculation, bagging, and rebagging. What is emasculation? It is a mechanism, a process of removal of anther from a bisexual flower when it is in bud stage. Bud stage is known as emasculation. Take one scissor or forceps. Select any plant flower, means bud, flower bud, not open flower, flower bud. Carefully open sepals, petals and all. Take one scissor, cut anther, remove anther. This mechanism is known as emasculation. Very simple part, simple concept. A process of removal of anther from a bisexual flower when it is in bud stage. That phenomena is known as emasculation. Next, bagging. What is bagging? Suppose See, bag in the sense emasculated flower, close with the suitable size of bag, polythene bag, plastic cover is known as emasculation. What is the meaning of emasculated flower? Means a flower without stamen, without male character, stamen, that is called emasculated flower. Now such flower also called female flower, because already male character cut and separated. Now flower has only female character, that is gynoecium. Such flower is called female flower only. Yes or no? Now female flower close with the suitable size of bag. That step is called bagging. Bag example, polythene bag, plastic cover, etc. Next, after bagging, allow flower for maturation, because now it is in bud stage now, not matured, bud stage. So after bagging, allow flower for maturation up to some time period. After maturation, remove bag, open flower, take one pointed brush, collect desired pollen of same species, desired pollen grain of same species, transfer to stigma. That is called artificial pollination or man-made pollination. Yes or no? Next, pollinated flower again close with the same bag. That is called rebagging. Clear? Pollinated flower again close with the same size of bag. That is called rebagging. After rebagging, allow flower for fertilization. Fertilization followed by zygote formation. Zygote to embryo, embryo to seed. The total ovary modify into fruit. Okay. Hence, it is known as artificial hybridization, a process of production of fruits with the artificial method, man-made method, laboratory method is called artificial hybridization. It is the most effective method, but it is time-taking process. We must take safety precautions while doing this type of experiments. Understood? 3 steps important: emasculation, bagging, rebagging. Sometimes question paper setter prepare questions based on this concept, based on steps. Understood? Right. Next, double fertilization. Double fertilization. What is fertilization? Fusion of male and female gametes is called fertilization. Double fertilization means what? When fertilization occur twice, that is called double fertilization. Double fertilization is quite common and unique characteristic feature of all angiosperms. But in gymnosperms, fertilization occurs only once, whereas in angiosperms, fertilization takes place twice, called double fertilization. Roughly go through one's diagrammatic representation. Embryo sac, egg cell, nucleus, vacuole, synergids, nucleus, synergids, egg apparatus. The combination of egg cell and synergids called egg apparatus, right? It is filiform apparatus, you just understand the location of nucleus and vacuole. In case of egg cell, nucleus located towards behind, nucleus backside, vacuole front side. In case of synergids, reverse, nucleus front side and vacuoles back side. That is the difference between the location of nucleus and vacuole in egg cell compared with the synergids. Understood now? Right? Once repeat, egg cell located towards back and vacuole towards front side in case of egg cell. But in helper cells, reverse, front side nucleus and back side vacuoles. That's all. The combination of egg and two synergids combined to call egg apparatus. It is filiform apparatus. Filiform apparatus. Clear? Polar nuclei. Antipodal cells. Antipodals. Antipodal cells. Polar nuclei. Nuclei, plural form. Nucleus, singular form. Don't confuse. Central cell. Central cell. It is the structure of embryo sac. Embryo sac, also called female gametophyte. Female gametophyte. Clear? The ploidy of embryo sac, haploid. Antipodals, haploid. Polar nuclei, N plus N, means haploid. Before fertilization, polar nuclei are N plus N, haploid. But after fertilization, 2N, diploid. Okay. First N plus N condition, then 2N condition, next 3N condition. Okay. N plus N, haploid, haploid. Before fertilization, these two nuclei fuse with each other. It is called diploid. Then one of the male gamete fuse with the polar nuclei. That is called triple fusion. Triple fusion means fusion of three nuclei, called triple fusion. That forms endosperm. So endosperm ploidy, 3N, triploid. Right? Central cell, 2N, diploid. Egg, haploid. Next nucleus, everything okay. Synergids, haploid. Filiform apparatus, haploid. Embryo sac also haploid. Right? Pollen tube. Pollen tube carry two male gametes. Male gametes, right? What is the ploidy of male gamete? Remains same, haploid. Gametes ploidy always haploid. Whether it is male gamete or female gamete, whatever it may be, gametes ploidy always haploid. Remember, pollen tube carry two male gametes, out of which one of the male gamete fuse with the egg, called first fertilization. First fertilization also called syngamy. Syngamy. Syngamy result in zygote. Ploidy of zygote 2N, diploid. Then zygote develop into embryo. Ploidy of embryo remains same, diploid. Okay. Next, one more male gamete is there now. Second male gamete fuse with polar nuclei. Second male gamete fuse with polar nuclei. Okay, that is called second fertilization. Second fertilization, also called triple fusion. Triple fusion. Second fertilization, otherwise known as triple fusion. Triple fusion result in pen and peck. Pen and peck. Pen stands for primary endosperm nucleus. Primary endosperm nucleus. Fusion of three nuclei called triple fusion. Triple fusion result in pen. Pen stands for primary endosperm nucleus. PEC, PEC stands for primary endosperm cell. Primary endosperm cell. This is primary endosperm cell. That means what? Central cell differentiate into primary endosperm cell. The ploidy of pen 3N triploid, and the ploidy of primary endosperm cell also same 3N triploid. A cell with three nuclei. A cell with three nuclei called triploid. Okay. Then primary endosperm nucleus develop into a mature endosperm. Mature endosperm. Mature endosperm ploidy also remains same 3N triploid. Clear? Understood now? Are you getting my point? See, once I repeat, pollen tube carry two male gametes, out of which one of the male gamete fuse with the egg cell. That is called first fertilization. First fertilization also called syngamy. Okay. Syngamy result in zygote. Zygote develop into embryo. Zygote ploidy 2N, embryo ploidy also remains same 2N. But you must remember one important point here. What is the function of filiform apparatus? Filiform apparatus direct the entry of pollen tube into embryo sac. Filiform apparatus cross check whether it is right pollen tube or wrong pollen tube. If it is right pollen tube, then entry, it gives entry for helper cells, means synergids. Synergids cross check and it directs the entry of pollen tube into embryo sac. But no male gamete directly enter into egg cell. Male gametes first enter synergids, synergids to egg cell or polar nuclei. Once male gamete enter into synergids, means synergids die. It will die. Then male gametes move towards egg cell and polar nuclei. That result in fertilization. Hence, fertilization occur twice in angiosperms. That is called double fertilization. Okay. First fertilization syngamy, and second fertilization is called triple fusion. Fusion of three nuclei called triple fusion. Result in primary endosperm nucleus and a primary endosperm cell. Their ploidy remains same 3N triploid. Clear? Next, what is the function of endosperm? Endosperm nourishes embryo. It provides all types of nutrients for growing embryo. Understood now? That is called double fertilization. Right? First fertilization, second fertilization. Together called double fertilization. It is unique characteristic feature of all angiosperms. It occurs only in angiosperms, but not in algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes and gymnosperms. Right? What is the ploidy of endosperm in angiosperms? Answer 3N triploid. What is the ploidy of endosperm in gymnosperms? Answer haploid. Reason important. Endosperm formed in gymnosperms before fertilization. Before fertilization. Hence the ploid of endosperm is haploid N. Whereas in angiosperms, endosperm formed after completion of fertilization. Hence it is in triploid state 3N triploid. Okay. Definitely question paper setter prepare questions from this area based on diagram or based on ploidy ploidy also very important. Antipodals, haploid. Haploid means n number of chromosomes, one set of chromosomes. One set means pair, two chromosomes. Two sets means two pairs, four chromosomes, like that, right? Polar nuclei. Polar nuclei, ploidy n plus n before fertilization, but after fertilization, diploid and triploid. Central cell, ploidy 2n before fertilization. After fertilization, 3n triploid. 3n triploid, primary endosperm cell. Central cell only modify into primary endosperm cell. That's all, right? Egg, haploid. Synergids, haploid. Embryo sac, haploid. Female gametophyte, haploid. Both are same, na? Male gametes, haploid. Filiform apparatus, haploid. The total embryo sac, haploid. Pollen tube, haploid. Pollen grain, haploid. Right? And what are diploid? Vegetative cells means root cells, stem cells, leaf cells. This and all diploid, right? Understood now? The ploidy of root, diploid. Ploidy of stem, diploid. Ploidy of leaf, diploid. Ploidy of flower, diploid. Sepals, petals, androecium, gynoecium, all diploid. But gametes ploidy always haploid. Understood now? Embryo sac developed from megaspore. Yes or no? You recall once previous topic, development of megasporangium. Developmental stages of megasporangium. MMC, megaspore mother cell, undergo meiosis to form 4 megaspores. That is called megaspore tetrad. Out of 4 megaspores, 3 apical megaspores denatured, dead, disintegrate, and basal megaspore is functional megaspore. That basal megaspore develop into embryo sac. Megaspore ploidy, haploid. N, obviously embryo sac ploidy also haploid. That is the reason. Understood now? For the development of one embryo sac or one egg cell, how many mitosis and meiosis divisions required? Mitosis, 3 generations of mitosis. 3 generations of mitosis or 7 mitosis divisions required, plus meiosis only 1. Clear? 1 meiosis and 3 generations of mitosis or 7 mitosis divisions required for development of single egg cell. Understood now? One more question. How many meiosis and mitosis divisions required for development of pollen grain? 1 meiosis and 2 mitosis divisions required for development of pollen grain. PMC. PMC stands for pollen mother cell. Pollen mother cell undergo meiosis to form 4 microspores called microspore tetrad. Recall once previous topic, microspore tetrad. And each microspore ploidy, haploid. Each microspore develop into an individual pollen grain. Right? In the beginning, microspore has only single cell, that is called vegetative cell. Vegetative cell divide mitotically to form 2 cells. One generative cell, one vegetative cell. That is first mitosis. Generative cell again divide to form 2 male gametes. That is second mitosis. Hence, for the formation of male gamete, or pollen grain, mature pollen grain. Mature means pollen grain with 3 cells called mature pollen grain. Understood now? So for the development of one mature pollen grain, 1 meiosis and 2 mitosis divisions required. Understood now? But for the formation of one egg cell, 1 meiosis and 3 generations of mitosis or 7 mitosis divisions required. That's all. This sometimes question paper setter prepare simple problems, sums from this area based on mitosis, meiosis, division number. Understood now? Right? Even their ploidy also very important. Don't forget and don't confuse. Next, post fertilization. Structures and events. Structures and events. Post fertilization means what? After fertilization. After fertilization, whatever changes occur in a flower, that all changes are called post fertilization changes, structures or events. See, after fertilization, zygote develop into embryo, embryo develop into seed, means the total ovule develop into, ovules become seed, ovary become fruit wall, sepals dry and drop off, petals dry and drop off, even stamens also dry and drop off after fertilization. Then style and stigma also dry and drop off, right? Hence ovules become seeds, ovary wall become fruit wall or fruit, micropyle become seed pore, understood na? Go through box point. Sepals, petals, style, stigma, this and all dry and drop off, dry and drop off, ovule become seed, ovary become fruit wall, right? Next, micropyle become seed pore, hilum become scare of seed, integuments become seed coats like testa and tegmen, testa outer layer, tegmen inner layer, etc. These are the changes occur after fertilization at flower level. Sepals dry and drop off, petals dry and drop off, style and stigma also dry and drop off, stamens also dry and drop off, ovules become seed, ovary become fruit wall, micropyle means natural opening of the embryo sac is called micropyle. It is natural opening for entry of pollen tube, that you know very well, clear? So micropyle became seed pore. Through seed pore, seed absorb moisture and oxygen, then seed becomes sprout, that is called seed germination, understood now? Hilum means scare of seed, scare means a small spot, dot or spot of seed is called hilum. Integuments become seed coats. Seed coat are of two kinds, testa and tegmen. Testa outer layer, tegmen inner layer. These are the changes occur after fertilization. in a flower, such changes are called post-fertilization changes or post-fertilization events. Now we will discuss development of embryo. Embryo are of two kinds, dicot embryo and monocot embryo. First we discuss about dicot embryo, right? Development of dicot embryo. Roughly go through diagrammatic representation. Degenerating antipodals. Degenerating antipodals. Antipodals. The zygote also called oospore. Zygote also called oospore. Zygote ploidy to n diploid. Secondary nucleus. It is secondary nucleus or PEN, primary endosperm nucleus. Primary endosperm nucleus, right? Now we are discussing about zygote. It is micropylar end. Micropylar end. Because the location of zygote towards micropylar end. Fertilization takes place in egg cell, the area where egg cell located towards micropylar end. After fertilization, egg cell become modified into zygote. Now we are discussing about zygote because zygote, the part of the zygote only develop into embryo, that is called development of dicot embryo. Clear? Take zygote. Zygote is a single cell having definite nucleus, dense cytoplasm, diploid in nature, diploid to n. Zygote first undergo transverse division to form two cells, suspensor cell, embryo cell. Okay, suspensor cell provide physical support to the embryo cell. It is basal cell, terminal cell, right? Embryo cell again undergo divisions, transverse divisions and vertical divisions. First transverse divisions, then vertical divisions. Suspensor cell is also called haustoria. Haustoria. These are suspensor cells. Embryo, globular embryo, globular embryo. So look here, I am showing here clearly zygote. Take out zygote because this all developmental changes of embryo takes place inside the embryo sac. Inside the embryo sac, particularly towards micropylar end. Towards micropylar end. But for clear understand, I am showing separately zygote. Zygote undergo transverse division to form two cells. Big cell is called suspensor cell and small one is called embryo cell. Suspensor cell is basal cell and embryo cell is terminal cell. Terminal cell because suspensor attached with micropylar end. That's all. Then suspensor cell undergo a series of mitotic divisions to form large number of cells, out of which one of the cell is very big in size, that is called haustoria. Rest of the small cells are called suspensor cells. Suspensor cells. Okay. Then embryo undergo transverse divisions, vertical divisions, and periclinal divisions. Periclinal divisions. Hence, due to this reason, embryo develop into globe shape, spherical shape, globe shape. Hence, it is called globular embryo. Globular embryo, right? Then globular embryo mature into heart-shaped embryo. Heart-shaped embryo. Heart-shaped embryo. Clear? Again, heart-shaped embryo differentiate into mature embryo. Mature embryo. It is known as mature embryo. Plumule, cotyledons, suspensor cells, haustoria, etc. Here, what is the function of suspensor cells? Means suspensor cells push embryo surrounding endosperm. When zygote develop into embryo, on the other hand, primary endosperm nucleus modify into a mature endosperm. See, like this. Same structure. Endosperm. Right? See, on one hand, zygote slowly step by step develop into mature embryo. On the other hand, primary endosperm nucleus undergo a series of nuclear division to form endosperm, mature endosperm. Mature endosperm, right? It is embryo suspensor cells, right? So suspensor cells push embryo into surrounding endosperm. Then embryo make direct contact with the endosperm, pick up all types of nutrients from endosperm. That is the importance of suspensor cells and haustoria. Haustoria is basal cell, and suspensor cells are small cells that push embryo towards surrounding endosperm. Now it is known as a mature dicot embryo having two cotyledons. It is plumule. Plumule means future shoot. Okay, and some cells modify into radical. Some cells are modified into radical. Plumule is future shoot. Radical is future root. That's all. These are the developmental stages of dicot embryo. Very, very important. Globular shaped embryo. Globular shaped embryo, heart shaped embryo. These two shapes of embryo found in only dicot, but not in monocot. Understood? Now? Based on the functions of suspensor cells, stages of dicot embryo, definitely there is chance they may ask questions, objective questions. Understood? All of you prepare well, practice well these concepts. Right? After completion of watching video, immediately the same topic once read in NCERT. Read NCERT lines thoroughly. This is final preparation. Definitely question paper setter, prepare questions from NCERT concepts, not beyond that. So you must concentrate on NCERT lines. Read line to line, word to word, letter to letter. Understood? Then practice objective questions. Solve previous year questions. We are sending every day topic related objective questions. Previous year questions, NCERT based questions, previous AIPMT questions, AIMS exam questions, NEET exam questions, JIPMER exam questions. This and all we are sending in your respective group. After completion of watching video, immediately and compulsorily practice assignment. That is 100% benefit to you, benefit for you. Understood? Right. Today stop here. Rest of the part let me continue next video. Thank you very much. Prepare well. Have a nice day.